So I just got done watching a new MetaZoo podcast, and they were talking about the Seance release and how MetaZoo completely dropped the ball. And I could not agree with them anymore with almost every single point they made. It is very disheartening. As a MetaZoo fan, it really sucks that we have to go through this stuff, and it's not good. And I don't understand, just like George said, why Mike is not coming out and addressing these issues. It's like every single time something happens, it's just complete quietness. You try to talk about it in the Discord, you get banned. It's ridiculous. I understand they try to sweep it under the rug so it doesn't make headline news, but everybody in the community already knows about it. This is only hurting people that are buying into the game for the first time, that aren't on the Discords, aren't in the know-how. They're buying boxes, they're getting completely scammed. I agree with George, there should be a recall, they should be giving out product or something for people that are buying these boxes, because this is terrible and a lot of people are going to get screwed. It's not just the packs, it's the fact that full booster boxes in the cases can be mapped, which just makes it a whole lot worse. It's very easy to kind of circumvent if it's just the packs because you just don't buy loose packs. But in this situation, it's full-on booster boxes and everybody can get screwed. It's just not good. And it seems like with MetaZoo, literally almost every single release has some kind of problem. We've been dealing with clumping issues since the very beginning. Cryptonation 1 came out, there was damaged boxes. Nightfall came out. Oh, and by the way, with Cryptonation as well, they shipped most of them to CFB. They didn't want to actually admit that, but most of them went to CFB, who sat on a lot of the boxes. All these other stores got screwed out of their distribution, so that was also a blunder in and of itself. But Nightfall comes out. We had the same issue that we did with Cryptonation, where the spell books are basically all reverse hollow heavy, and Nightfall also had a lot of whitening around the edges and stuff. That was kind of the issues with those boxes. Then Wilderness came out. And with Wilderness, was there actually any issues with the core product? I don't remember per se. I think they finally did fix the spell books with Wilderness. Wilderness might have been the actual product that they put out without issues, but I'm sure there was something along the lines. And then also their tops boxes, the Cryptonation ones, were completely weighable. Let's not forget that. And then when the Nightfall ones, or not the Nightfall, when the Wilderness came out, they were completely weighable as well. So that was an issue. And then UFO comes out and the booster boxes are full hollow heavy. And then it's like all their supplemental products as well. There's always been clumping throughout the board. The Hero Quest cards are completely clumped. The packs, that's why we're not seeing any of the Mothman. We're not seeing any of the heroes because a few people basically pulled all of them. The Revive boxes were majorly clumped. I remember Argos pulled like 10 of the Mothmen from the Cryptonation ones. And it's all great and dandy when you're the ones that's pulling the great cards from the clumps. But then there's other people that are pulling the garbage cards from the clumps. And it's like clumping is just something they cannot fix. The box toppers in Cryptonation as well were see-through with a flashlight. And some of these issues they have come around and they have addressed and they fixed in future sets, which is great. But it just goes to show that there's something wrong with every single thing that comes out just about. And I understand they're a new company and everything, but we're getting to the point now where we know they're bringing in tons of money and they're growing, they're expanding. And some of these issues, we should not be dealing with these anymore. This is not like growing pains for a new company at this point. Like, yeah, there might be small little minor things, but something like this is really, really bad across the board. And the fact that they don't want to address it is just very concerning. It's very concerning. I don't know who was behind this blunder, the printing company. I don't know what they were doing over there. It's very easy to check these things. Get somebody out there that's going to check a couple of booster boxes before you send anything off. Make sure it's all good. Make sure it's not mapped by packs, like the order of the packs or the number where the hits are. Make sure the pack arts aren't, mappable. There's a few different things you could check for and just make sure that everything is good. But this is getting absolutely ridiculous at this point. It's like, what are they going to do next? It's like they have a list and they're just trying to check off every possible blunder that they can do. Because they're trying to win a prize or something, like break the world record. I don't know, but they need to knock this off. They need to focus more on their base sets like I talked about in my last videos, and just like they were talking about. They need to address these issues before they move forward. They're putting out so much product at this point that so much of it is delayed. We still haven't gotten our Revive freaking Wilderness boxes, and that was 2 sets back. Like, it's getting ridiculous at this point. And that's why a lot of these blunders are probably happening, because there's so much product going through, and they're trying to get stuff out in a timely manner. We may not even get our Halloween wean stuff on time. It's just craziness. They need to fix these problems before they want to move forward, and they really need to hammer on their printers to make sure that these problems don't happen again. Use some more of your money that you're bringing in to fix these problems, and just make sure that your product is top class. We want high quality product. We don't want to be having these blunders anymore because it ruins the experience. People are going to get screwed. It's just not a good look across the board. This is going to turn a lot of people away from MetaZoo, unfortunately. It just is. Because if you're new to it and you just bought a box, I mean, it happens every once in a while. You get all reverse hollows just because of the true random factor. But if you're buying it and it's happening because you got screwed straight out because the guy that sold it to you knew about it and mapped the box and then sold you the shit box, that's terrible. And we know it's going to happen across the board because people are scummy like that. We need to do better, MetaZoo. We need to do better.